of the firewall, and third is the which thing it is going to block, which thing it is not going to. So now we are clear about this. So I will be moving practically towards how to handle these type of. Now in our case, what I will be doing, we will be performing at least 5 different tasks. So our first task is going to be, I will be sitting on this firewall and I will be saying this 172.24.0.11 cannot access any services on this system. Let me for 2 or 3 minutes, let me make you understand how I have constructed this lab. In this firewall, I have got Telnet server with me, SSH server with me, FTP server is there, web server is there. That means I have implemented all these servers, and I have also created, because this is Linux system, we are using Linux as a firewall, 2 user Vipin and Anantika are there. So all the servers are there. And from there, we can access the Telnet also. We will also see how we are going to access that. Then how to access the FTP, how to access the web, we all be looking. After we have gone through how to access these services, our first task is going to be, I want to block. That means first our task is going to be 172.24.0.11. It should not be able to access any services on our firewall. That means it should not be able to access Telnet, SSH, web and FTP. But what will happen? This 172.24.0.30 is going to access. So in second task, what we are going to do? We are going to specify the whole network. That means I will specify that 172.24.0.0 network is not going to access this firewall. But what will happen? This 192.168.0.02, it is going to access this. So in the third task, what I'm going to do, I will say that any address cannot access. Please remember, in real world, 3 types are there. Like you want to stop the weapon, that means one IP. And I belong to one town called Moga. So you are fed up with me, my teaching. So you want to stop every person from Moga. So that is the network. Third one is you are fed up with everybody. So you are going to say, we are not allowing anybody to access. So we will be looking at this. But all these 3 tasks, what we are doing, we are restricting the access to each and every service, Telnet, SS, web, FTP. Sometimes this should not be the case. Why you have implemented the web server if you are not allowing anybody to access that web server? So in fourth task, we will be saying that this 11 system should not be able to Telnet this system or SSH this system. That means we will be restricting particular services. And in the fifth and last task or second last task, what we will say, this 11 system should not be able to access the firewall, or ping the server. So step by step, we are going to do this. But before that, let me show you one thing. So I will wait for 10 seconds because in your case, you might be getting the screen later on. So please remember, whenever you have to access the Linux firewall services, if you have to access the Telnet service, we need to use the command Telnet IP address of the server. If you have to use have to access the SSH, then you have to run the command SSH, the IP address, and as which user you want to access as a VPN. And if you want to access the FTP, you have to use the word FTP, the address. And if you have to access the web server, then we have got one E-Links browser that we are going to use. And if you have to ping, everybody is comfortable. And please remember, your Telnet has got the port 23. Your FTP uses 2 ports, 20 and 21. SSH uses 22, and web server uses 80 port. So now let me again make you understand what is going to my lab, and now will be moving practically. So now I'm going to show you 4 system. This will be my 2 system, will be my Windows system. This will be my firewall system. And these 2 are going to be Linux system. So in the first case, I will be involving 2 systems, this firewall and plus this. And please remember, now the first task is going to be 172.24.0.11 should not be able to access any services on this system. So please remember, it will be your input direction. Always remember. If I'm going to show this cannot use this, then it is going to be output direction. So let us go into the lab. So I will be sharing. So now please, again, I will wait for 5 to 10 seconds. In my case, I have got different systems are there. This XP2 is our Windows system. And this is our firewall. Let me first show you the XP2. It is having the address 192.168.0.2. This is our firewall. Firewall is having 2 addresses, 80.0, it is having 1 address and another is 1. Please remember, whenever you have to make any system as a router, if you have got 2 networks, then you need 2 interfaces. So this is going to have our 172.24.0.1 and 80H1 is going to. And this 31, what is the address? It is our 11. This 11 system is 11 and this is our 31. Now I will go to the 11 system. Again, let me check whether it is 11 is visible or not. So now this is my 11 system. Now if I have to access my routing firewall, so what I have to do? I have to run this command telnet 172.24.0.1. Now what user is there? Vipin. That means we are able to access. First we are checking whether everything is running properly. Telnet is running properly. Now what about the SSH? For SSH, the command is SSH Vipin @. Now it is also working. Now what about the web? Now we have got for web, one very popular web browser is there in Linux. The name of the browser is elinx. We are saying dump and the IP address of our firewall. It is again giving the message. And if you have to access the FTP, that means it is an FTP. That means FTP is also running. And the last thing that we want to check whether our ping is working or not. That means first you have to check whether lab is working properly or not. So all the 4 services plus my ping is working. Now what I want? The first task I want to perform. Now what is the first task? That means I want that 172, this system should not be able to access our firewall. So now I will go to my firewall. Please, because I cannot share all the desktop, so I have to move continuously between the machines. So in the first 5 cases, I will be moving from the client 10 to, from client 11 and this firewall. So let me again click on new share. That means now I am into my firewall. Now I want to perform the first restriction. So what I am going to do, I will write some rule. Let me show you certain rules. So for your benefit, I will be sharing this material in the evening. I will be sending to the Dr. Karan sir. Now, what was our first task? Block access to all services on firewall from 172.24.0.11. So what rule we are going to write? So I have written the rule already. So in firewall, we are going to say IP tables. Now minus T mean type of firewall. We have already discussed in firewalls, we need three things: type of firewall, direction, and third is out of those six things, which thing we are going to block. So in this case, IP tables, minus T mean type of firewall. In our case, we want to filter the traffic. Minus A mean add the rule. In which direction? We have to add the rule in input direction. And out of those things, what we want to control? Please, the system which is having source address 172.24.0.11, J mean what action you want to perform, jump, what should be the action? We want to say we want to drop the packet. So this is going to be our rule. And please remember, type of firewall, direction, what are the six things? So I will copy. So I will go to my firewall. I will paste and I will again click on new share. This is always issue with the Zoom. I have to continuously shift from the sharing. So in firewall, I have written the rule one IP tables type filter that we have discussed already. So this is the rule. Now I will go to my 11 system. Again, I have to say new share. I have already written the rule. Now I cannot ping. I cannot e-link. I cannot SSH. That means I have blocked each and every service. But what about client 31? So I will again move to the client 31. Now this is client 31. Client 31 is able to access. It is able to SSH also. So again, I am going to move to my firewall. That means the rule I have written, that was good for the single system. So I will delete the rule. Instead of A mean add the rule, D mean delete the rule. Please remember, firewall is just like a gatekeeper in your organization or in universities. Until and unless you are going to pass instruction to that gatekeeper, please allow this person or do not allow this person. According to that, going to act. Same way, in Linux, you have already got the firewall. You have to specify the rule and rule by just specifying that. Now what I want to delete the whole network. For whole network, we have to just write this. IP tables, type filter, A input, minus S source. Now we have specified 172.24.0.0 /16. /16 mean any address which is starting with the 172.24, block that. So I'm going to click this. Now I will move to client 11. We will see client 11 is not able to do anything, but we want to see what happened to client 31. So I will again share. That means both are not able to. So again, I will move to my firewall. Let me again change the sharing. So now I will. Now recently there was one attack on Pune Bank by where hackers stole a lot of money. Now sometimes we want to block all the access. That means nobody can access. In the first case, it was one address. In the second case, it was network. But sometimes we are under attack. Our organization is under attack. So what we are going to do? We want to block everything. So for that, the rule is very simple. So I'm going to perform the third task. In third task, we are not specifying any address. Now what is going to happen? So let me show you. So I will again share. So now about the third task, block access to all services on firewall from any IP. So for that, the rule is, this is the rule. And sometimes this rule acts like a Sanjeevani booty. That means your organization is under attack. In Linux, you have to just write this one rule. Now nobody can enter into your network. IP tables, type filter, A input, J drop. That means it is going to drop the type. Now neither my 192.168 network is going to be able to access our firewall, neither our 172 or any other. So I'm not showing that. You have to believe me that now it is going to grow. Now the fourth task is the most important. And admins all will be spent on this rule. That is the fourth one. What we want? We want to block access to web server on firewall. That means one web server is running on my firewall and I want to block from where I want to block the access? From 172.24.0.11. That means specific services. If you can block web server, you can block telnet also, SSH also, any service we can block. So if once this rule is clear, that means you are already 50% firewall admin. So let us discuss this. This is the fourth task. And what rule I am going to write? So third rule I have just skipped because I have made you understand due to the limit. So now this fourth rule is very important. So I will increase the size. So that is. That means again IP tables. If you are not going to specify the type of firewall, by default it is going to be filter. So I am not, as such it is recommended practice. Always write this. It will make the thing clear. So I'm saying IP table, type of firewall is filtering. Add the rule in which direction? Input direction. And we have to use one module TCP because your web server works on TCP protocol. So module is TCP and protocol is TCP. But if you have to block the DNS server or TFTP server, then you have to use the module UDP, and in that module, the protocol is your UDP. Now from which address? Source, this one. And where it is going? It is going to the 80 port of your firewall. And what action you have to perform? Drop. Suppose, for your information, I have to block the telnet later on. So what I am going to do? Instead of 80, what I am going to say? 23. Suppose day after tomorrow, there is going to be one new server called VPN web server or VPN server. which is running on 420 port. What you have to do, you have to just block 422 port. That means if you are comfortable with this rule, we can filter any type of service. So let me run this. So I will copy. I will move to my firewall. And I will again, I have to click the share button. I'm again changing the share button. So I'm going to, this is the rule, IP tables, I have already. If something is wrong with the syntax, it will say it is not correct, command is not correct. Now I will go to the 11 system. Again, I have to say new share. So on 11 system, what I'm going to do, first I will check SSH. It is working. Ping is also working. Telnet is also working. What we have blocked? We have blocked only the 80 port. So let us check. Now it is not allowed. But if I'm going to go on 31 system, even this web server will also be allowed. Now what I want, let me show you. Now I want to block 23 also. So I'm just going to change 23. Now again, I will move to the 11 system. And we will see Telnet is not working now. But SSH, it is working. That means we can block. Now I want to delete the rules because two options are there. One, you can delete by using -d option, or please run this command IP tables -f. F mean flush. That means remove all the instruction. Now we are going to discuss the fifth, which is very controversial rule also, and it will test your networking fundamentals also, and which is very important. So I'm going to discuss the fifth rule, what we want to do. And remember, it is going to test your knowledge of networking, believe me. So what is the fifth task? In fifth task, block ping. That means we want to block ping from 172.24.0.11 to our firewall. That means we want to block the ping. So we are going to write the rule again, because the traffic is coming towards the firewall. We have to use the input. We will see why this is controversial rule. So let me increase the font size. Now let us discuss IP tables. Again, we are doing the filtering. If it is NAT table, you have to specify the NAT. If it is Mangle, and please remember this IP table contains all the varieties. That means in this free firewall, filter is there, NAT is there, Mangle is there. So IP table type is filter. A mean add the rule in which direction? Input direction. And which is the protocol? Now pings comes under ICMP protocol, Internet Control Messaging Protocol. And source, from where we want to. And sometimes when I ask certain persons on which port this ping works, I get certain answers. 90% time I get. Please remember, ICMP does not uses any port. It is not a server. It is a messaging protocol. So this ICMP does not. So we do not need to specify any port. So what action we want to perform? And after this rule, just we are going to write another rule. That will be our firewall, because I want to spend certain time on malware also. So let us go to our firewall. Let me change the. So I'm just going to copy and paste. So this is the rule. Now we have blocked the ping. Now I will go to the 11 system. I will be taking the questions at the end of the session. Please, the participants.
Participant, please write down your question on the notebook and we take it last.
Yes. Now I have blocked the ping. So let me test. Now ping is not working. Normally we teach to our student, if ping is not working, that means nothing is working. Now my question is, tell me whether the telnet is going to work or not. And most of the time answer is, because ping is not working, telnet will not work. So let us see. It is working. Please, firewall does not behave in the emotional way. If ping is not working, because we have teach ping, if ping does not work, other protocol will also not work. No, please remember. Because firewall, we have just blocked the ICMP packet. That means we have blocked the ping packets. We have not blocked the telnet, SSH, or e-links. Even e-links will be working. Everything will be working. So please remember, even if ping is not working, you might be in networking. And 90% of the organization, they always keep the ping in block stage. Because if you are, even as a security professional, even if you are going to block the ping, 90% of the hacking tools will not work, because first all the tools check whether the system is alive or not. If ping is not working, they will say the system is not. So most of the time we keep the ping off, and it helps us in saving our network from the attacks. So I will delete that rule. And then I am going to discuss the last rule. And I will be moving to the diagram. Let me again go to my, and the last task. Task 6, block ping from 192.168.0.2 to 11 system. That means our ping, which is from XP system, from that system to 11 system, block the ping. Now please remember, now the traffic is not terminating at the firewall. It is crossing to the firewall. So we have to use the forward chain. So let me first check whether I'm able to ping or not. So let me show. This will be the last rule that we are going to discuss. Although I can take a whole 2 days on the firewall, but my purpose is only to make you understand. So this is my Windows system. First, I want to check whether my ping is working or not. 24 0. That means my ping is working. That means, but now remember, this ping, this packet is crossing through the firewall. Now I want to block. So I have to use the forward chain. So let me show you the rule. This will be again the last rule that we are going to discuss. So So let me increase the font size. This is the last rule that we are going to discuss about the firewall. IP tables. Type of firewall is filter. A mean add the rule in which direction? Forward direction. And protocol is ICMP. And remember, from where the packet is originating, source 192.168.0.2, and where it is going, 172.21, and what the action you want to perform, drop. That means once you have understand the fundamentals of the three things, type of firewall, direction, and which thing it can block, then implementation is very easy. So I will copy, and I will let me again. That is always the issues. Again and again we have to share. First I will delete the earlier rule that was there. Now I am going to write the rule. That forward rule I have entered. I will change the sharing to, let me again first move to new share. That means I have written the rule. Now again I am going to, now what it is saying, it has blocked the rule. That means once you understood, and remember this Linux firewall is extremely powerful. The only people we are not comfortable is with the command line. But if you are comfortable with the command line, the amount of money that you are spending on firewall, 20 lakh, no need for that. Any person having just a little bit knowledge of Linux, they can go there. So I can discuss NAT also, I can discuss Mang, but I will not be discussing that because certain time, 30 minutes I want to spend on the this malware also. So for that, what I'm going to do, let me close this system. I do not need this system. I'm going to shut down this system. So I will just take 2 minutes to shut down the system. So I'm again shutting down my firewall. So I'm shutting down. I will take 2 minutes. I'm shutting down my all the systems. To make you understand the malware, I have to power on some another machines also. So again, I have to discuss, I could have discussed further detail about the firewall, but again, because time is up to 4 o'clock, so I just want to cover a little bit about malware also. So let me start with the malware, and I will be giving one practical example of this malware also. And I will be covering for 20 minutes, and then last 10 minutes I will be, that means up to 350 for 10 minutes I will keep for the question answer session. So when we are talking about the malware, generally we say that we are always concerned with the virus. Now we always say virus, which antivirus we should use. But there is not only the virus that is dangerous. there are other type of malwares are there, which are equally dangerous. So this is one slide that I'm going to just show. This is just the ones. Now, when we are talking about spyware is also there. Spyware, what it is going to do, it will not destroy the data. What it will try to do, it will try to send the useful information on your computer to the hacker. That is called spyware. Then we have got one scareware. This is very common. When you open sometimes the websites, they say that they have found so many viruses on your system or so many harmful things on your system, and please purchase this software. And when you, or they offer you free scan, and when they scan, they always find certain things in your system, because already that is coded ki whether your system is affected or not infected. Automatically the coding is there, that means it is going to find out certain virus or malware is there. And when you will purchase their product, because there was nothing there, so it will naturally say that they have removed. That is called scareware, which is very common. Then the another type of attack, which is these days very dangerous, ransomware, which has got no solution. Regarding no solution, what is the meaning of no solution? We all know that there is a concept of public and private key. Now, what the hackers do in this case, in the case of ransomware, it creates one unique public and private key for your system. Suppose some hacker has to attack my system. So what that hacker is going to do? It is going to create one unique public and private key for my system. What it will do? Somehow, through mail or certain things, it will send that public key, and through some further malware, what it is going to do? It is going to encrypt my files by using the public key. Now, who has got that correspondence private key? Hacker is having that correspondence key. Now, what will happen? You will get some message. What will be that message? You have been, your file has been encrypted, and you have to pay the money. And for that money also, what you have to, they use the Bitcoin. Always remember, two factors are there. Suppose I have to kidnap someone. Sometimes kidnapping is easy. Now the second part is also involved, getting the ransom. Then you have got the chance of catching up caught. So in this case also, sometimes it is easy to send the ransom. A lot of source code is available on the net by which you can generate the ransomware. But the second important thing is how, if I have infected somebody, how I am going to the ransom. That they use the Bitcoin type of thing. So please remember, ransomware is very dangerous. Once your system has got infected, there is no solution. And once the people used to ask, what are the solution? We always used to say, please take the backup. That means if you have the backup, you can restore. But now, just 1 month back, because it is continuously evolving, they have created new type of ransomware, which not only encrypt, before encrypting, it stole your data also. That means they keep their copy of data. So that is very dangerous. Like the case of Cognizant company, almost they have suffered lot of losses because 1 month back their system got attacked. That means continuously evolving. Then spam is there. Everybody that knows, when we get one mail, 10 other mails are there, spam. Then botnets are there. Like I was talking about that Pune bank, that was not person, that was one person attacking. There was hundreds of, that mean persons who simultaneously were attacking. So that was through the word. So the most dangerous one is your Trojan horse. Now what happens in the case of Trojan horse? In this case, your system is in the control of the hacker. So what that hacker can do, I will show you just one example. In my case, I have got one, I will not say I have got the Trojan horse because that will not be legal. So the another name of the Trojan horse is remote administration tool, but nobody uses that for the administration purpose. So in my case, I will be saying that I will be giving you the demo of RAT tool. So that will make you understand how these type of things are very dangerous. So I'm giving you one example of Trojan horse, and please do not ask me that for the copy of that Trojan horse. So let me go to my VM. New share. So in my case, I have got two systems. This XP10 is my hacker system. So I will log in from this system. And please, whenever you are doing the experiment, do the experiment in virtual machine. We call this virtual machine as sandboxes also. I could not do the experiment on my host machine because my host machine will get infected. So I'm giving one very good example how these Trojan horses work. So in my case, sorry, I think I lost the connection. Now again, it is playing. So let me go to the share. So this is my one XP system. Here I've got one tool called ProRat. I'm just going to click on this. Now please remember, when we are talking about Trojan horse, it has got two components, server component and second is client component. To server components, we call it as payload. That means if I have to infect somebody's system, I have to send the payload. That payload is also called the server. So in my case, I have already sent that payload to the victim system. Now, how you are going to send that payload? It is mostly it is through the mail. So in this ProRat tool, you can yourself can create the payload. So I will just for 5 minutes, I will show you. If suppose I have to send the payload to Dr. Karan sir. So I have to find out their habit. According to that, I'm going to send one Trojan horse to sir. So in this case, these tools allow you to create the payload according to the victim. So when I'm going to create on create ProRat server mean payload. Now what it is going to say? You can specify your IP address so that when the victim is going to click on the payload, you will get the information. On your IP address, you can specify your email address also. What are the another setting, general settings? And please remember, when you are going to click on the payload, it will open one port in case we have specified 5110. And because I have sent the payload, other hacker might not be able to use that. So you can pass protect also. So in my case, I have just given some password. And remember, when you are going to click, what it is going to say, kill antivirus firewall. So just when you click on the mail on your payload, it is going to deactivate all the things. And it will give some fake error message and plus melt server on install. And when you will click, that payload will automatically get removed after infecting. And what we can bind with the file, we can attach it with the PPT also, exe file also, movie file also. And what about the server icon? So I will choose some attractive, this heart symbol or flower symbol or love symbol. That means the symbol which attracts the people. So after that, what I have to say, I have to send. So that is why I always say, do not open the mail from somebody which you do not know. So in my case, I'm just going to show the second system. Then I will show how we can hack, what is dangerous is there. So in my case, this is my victim system. Now for showing you the background is different, and this is my hacker system. So again, I have to, again, new share. So now what I am going to do, IP address, because IP address automatically you will get the information. So I will say connect. It will ask for the password. So I will, what it is saying? It is saying connected. Now what you can do, first thing, screenshot. That means when I'm going to click on the screenshot, it has taken the screenshot of the victim system. And please remember webcam shot. In the winters, we are a habit of keeping the laptop on our lap. That means it can remotely control the webcam. So please, very dangerous. And what it can do, can give damage. It can format the devices. Keylogger is there. It can read all the logs. That means if you are visiting any sites, it will be having all the usernames and password. It can send you the dangerous messages also. Like, that means always remember these tools are much better than the another admin tools. So let me again show. That means it is giving the message. So again, I will new share. So I will close. So keylogger is there. It will give the password. It can run the services. You can chat with the, it will give the, even you can install all the services. So very dangerous type. That means these tools are much sophisticated. Once you have got infected with these tools, it is very, and you, what you can do, all the file manager. When I'm going to say file manager, what is happening? It is showing me the files, whole file system of victim system. What I can do, I can upload, I can download. So these Trojan horses are very dangerous type of thing. So always keep in this mind. So I will close this. So again, in my case, I will go to one website. Now, this is the last thing that I am going to discuss now. I will take the questions. I am just I'm just going to open the Firefox browser and then I will share that. This is the one last example that I'm going to give regarding. Now, sometimes the people ask me how we can find out which antivirus is best or these type of thing. So now hundreds of antiviruses are there. Please go to one site which is very extremely useful. Whenever I have to visit some site on which I do not have any belief, I just go to this site, virustotal.com. And what you can do there? Here you can type the URL of the website. Suppose I just want to check my own site, whether it had got certain malwares or not. I'm just going to type. So what it is saying? And remember, most of the free sites you will find, they will be having certain things. That means, now what it is trying to do? This virus site has got different 67 products. It is scanning through all these. So it is finding nothing is there. And sometimes if you have got some file, you can specify. Or suppose I have downloaded some operating system or some big software 700 MB. Now I want to check whether it contains some virus or not, or some malware or not. Now uploading 700 MB file is very difficult. So what we do, we create hash of that file. So in my case, this is one MD5 hash of one of the viruses. So what we can do, in my, I have just typed this hash. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to check. Now what it is saying. 65 engines detected this file. That means what it was having is heavy. So certain precautions are there, or the software are there, Malwarebytes and Superscan is there, which are particular deal with these type of these scareware, this Trojan horse, ransomware, botnet, that type of products. So now I will keep some time for the questions. So I will be closing my discussion here. So now I will take the questions from the participants, because so participant, please ask the questions.
Please raise your hand, or in chat box you can ask the question. Any question from the participant side?
I will be sharing, I will be sending the whatever slides are there, firewall to Dr. Karan sir. So they will further send. So I'm keeping 10 minutes for the question answer.
Please keep asking the questions. Participate in the chat box.
See, there are certain questions coming on the chat. Can you?
Chat window is not.
Achha, okay, you be there. The host will ask.
Yes, I'm not finding any chat window is there.
Now let the host read and ask.
Yes.
So you respond. It's better.
So there is a question: what is a forward and reverse firewall? By Umesh Yadav.
No, sir, there is nothing a reverse type of file. There is a reverse proxy, we can say. But there is, when I was saying the traffic 192.168.2, it is going towards 11 system, that is forwarding. But again, if it is returning back, again, it will come under that forwarding chain. There is no reverse firewall. There is nothing like reverse firewall. There is called reverse proxies there, but not any type of reverse direction.
Okay, the next person is from Mayank Prashar. Which hardware firewall is best and which OS used in this firewall?
Generally, something like Indian firewall, it uses IP table. Cisco firewall, they use their own proprietary iOS this operating system. Again, I will say hardware regarding again Cisco, Fortinet is their checkpoint. They are of equal quality. Again, it is your personal preference. Sometimes we are fan of Cisco products, so we go for the Cisco ASA. So in my case, I always suggest this IP tables is even better than these firewalls. So, but in most of this northern area, I have seen the people using Fortinet firewall. So I will say the people prefer in this area Fortinet firewall.
Excuse me,
That
sir.
will- Yes.
There
yes,
is a
ma'am.
question from Prabhakaran Natarajan.
Yes,
He is
ma'am.
asking many questions in chat window. He is asking, how can we do this hands-on session? Which tool you have used?
In my slides, what I have done, I have shown the implementation also. And please, I will I have written one book also, which I can send them to the free also, in which
Okay, sir.
whole setup is there. So you can share my email address, and they just drop me one test mail. So I
Okay.
will be sending one Linux book, free of cost, of course, in which whole lab setup is there, how to make this lab setup. So
Okay,
that I can share, ma'am.
Okay,
You need little bit Linux knowledge for setting up this. So I can send that book link
Okay,
for
okay.
downloading.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Any other query? Thank you, sir. Thank you for this, taking this query session. So I would like to request Dr. Lobial, sir, kindly give the vote of thanks. Lobial, sir?
I thought lot of question will be there, so I 10 minutes I kept for
Okay.
that. Okay.
No, one question is coming. Which are the layers should firewall working?
This the firewall that we have discussed, it is layer 2, layer 3, layer 4 firewall. When we are talking about proxy server, that is layer 7 firewall. So in our case, this filtering fire, this is layer 2, layer 3, layer 4 firewall, L2 to L4 firewall. Is this clear?
Any other question from the participant? Please put them in the chat box. Write down in the chat box.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I have
Yes,
a
ma'am.
question. Sir,
Yes.
by Windows Defender, can we block the virus like Trojan or malware?
Ma'am, the efficiency is of a window defender is a little bit doubtful. It stops 95% of the things, but not the other. So I will always say ki, have second choice also. Although they are day by day, they are increasing the quality of that defender. But please do not depend upon the defender. So have some other in future it might be able
So
to
you said
stop
that
all the things,
firewall does
but
not.
currently no, because ma'am, remember these defender types, these are UTM type of devices, universal threat management. That means they check the data also. These days, like I was talking about Fortinet, the Fortinet is not simply firewall. It is a proxy server also. It is intrusion detection system also. So this defender also, they have put certain things there that checks the data also. So it is so not pure firewall. That mean we can say that is lightweight universal threat management software defender. It is detecting certain viruses also, ransomware, that type of also thing. So window defender is not a complete firewall, complete antivirus. It is mixture of all these things. Is this clear, ma'am?
Okay, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
you said that firewall doesn't check the data. Then
Yes,
how
yes,
it
ma'am.
detects the virus?
Then, ma'am, we have to use the proxy server. That means in Linux we have already got one very powerful that is called Squid proxy server. So sometimes what we do, we combine these two both products. That means this IP tables plus Squid server, and we call that transparent proxy. That combined product is called transparent products proxy. What that does, it checks the data also, plus it does the file. So we have to combine the products. So in Linux, we do this mean in through transparent proxy. We can use that. It will be blocking. It will be checking the data because proxy server works on application layer. So we have to use the combination, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sir, many people are asking many questions.
Okay.
Actually, what I want to convey the message from all participants, they are requesting your email ID in this chat
Yes,
window only.
मैम मेरे पास चैट विंडो ओपन नहीं हो रहा है तो आई एम स्पीकिंग विपिन VIPIN 2411 at the
One
rate
second,
Gmail.
sir. One second, sir. Dear all participants, please note down his email ID. Yes, sir.
Vipin VIPIN 2411 at the rate gmail.com.
Okay, sir.
And
Vipin
please,
2411 at the rate gmail.com.
anybody if wants my book almost 750 pages for written for the industry, I can send the link free. That I can do, which everything is there.
Yes, sir. That would be more beneficial for these participants.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Right there.
Thank you, sir. I would like to request Dr. Lovial, sir. Please give the vote of thanks. Lovial, sir, here. Hello.
I am here. Not a-
Okay, thank
Thank you, Bipin Gupta ji. It's nice
Thank you,
to
sir.
see you and listen to you again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I
It
really
has been
appreciate.
very wonderful experience all the time with you.
Thank
Last
you, sir.
year as well as this year, and you have been one of the resource person helping us all the time.
Thank you,
And
sir.
it has been a very excellent talk, which all participants has been listening very carefully, and we also got benefited from your lecture and how to set the firewall, what level firewall works. I think that has answered many queries which comes from the participants. Therefore, they don't have many questions because the questions are already answered by your lecture.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So this is what I feel it, and it has been a very excellent and stepwise. What are the issues? What is to be the setting done? What is the command? You have shown them step by step. That is why you don't find many questions, because
you, sir.
questions are automatically answered. That is what beauty of your lecture is. And probably we could have loved had you covered other aspect of the firewall like NET and Mangal, but there is a paucity of time you could not cover that. But we'll see in future also to listen to you. And hopefully all the participants will be would have enjoyed your lecture. Probably that link what you have sent they'll go through your book and probably may interact with you in future more and more.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So it's wonderful, and your work speaks. Thank you very much for spending time with us.
Thank you,
and
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks to all the participants. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
We meet tomorrow
Sure.
at 10 o'clock. So, thank you to everyone.
Okay. Bye.
So I'm leaving, sir. It is.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
ठीक है सर.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है. Log out करूँ मैं?
हाँ ठीक है सर.
I'm attending another meeting somewhere.
हाँ.
फिर मिलता हूँ.
वो लिस्ट भेज दी थी सर मैंने आपको.
हाँ. अभी देखता हूँ मैं.
हाँ, वो भेज दी.
तब तक मुझे दूसरी मीटिंग कर लूँ. फिर बात करता हूँ. हाँ.
हाँ. प्रभात.
Yes, sir.
राजीव है क्या? राजीव.
राजीव सर. राजू तो नहीं दिखाई दिया. राजीव सर.
यस सर.
हाँ आ गया.
मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि इसको मैं बंद कर दूं.
हाँ सर.